Prediction and analysis of UFC 318 main event, Max Holloway as Dustin Poirier. Welcome, viewers. Today I will be presenting my final prediction, breakdown, and analysis of the UFC 318 main event. While I personally feel that the overall card lineup leaves much to be desired, perhaps more fitting for an event at the UFC Apex, the main event is certainly worthy of attention. This is an entertaining and compelling matchup. Although I had initially hoped to see Dustin Poirier face Justin Gaethje in what could have been a fitting retirement bout for Poirier, I remain excited for this fight. I still haven't fully come to terms with the possibility that Dustin Poirier may retire after this. If that turns out to be the case, I would personally find it quite emotional. But let us now shift our focus to the central question. Who will emerge victorious? To be clear from the outset, this analysis is not intended to show bias, favor, or discredit either fighter. The sole purpose is to provide an objective perspective based on data, facts, and logically and empirically accountable indicators. We understand that in any dynamic, whether in sports or other fields, and there will always be a variety of viewpoints and vested interests, remaining neutral and unbiased is a core principle we uphold. Therefore, we hope that listeners and viewers can assess this analysis with clarity, rationality, and balance, regardless of personal backgrounds or preferences. Thank you.
Perfect.
To be honest, I'm picking Max Holloway to win this fight by unanimous decision. I predict the scorecards will be around 49-46, with a strong possibility of a TKO victory in the 4th or 5th round. In my view, Max Holloway is currently one of the most well-rounded fighters in the lightweight division, excluding Ilia Topuria, the reigning champion. His striking abilities, both in boxing and kicking, are highly impressive. He has a strong command of Muay Thai and kickboxing fundamentals, and his defense has become noticeably tighter in recent fights. While his grappling isn't often highlighted, Max has secured victories via submission, and his guillotine choke is surprisingly dangerous, arguably better than Poirier's at this stage. He also has solid takedown defense and is difficult to control on the ground. We saw Ilia Topuria manage to take him down, yet he couldn't do much from top position. Even Alexander Volkanovski had trouble holding Holloway down. The only fighter who ever truly dominated him was Conor McGregor, and that was years ago. On the other hand, Dustin Poirier seems to have shown a slight decline in his recent performances. For instance, in his bout against Islam Makhachev, he looked shaky right from the opening round. He reportedly suffered several injuries, such as a broken nose, a knee issue, and a fractured rib. Overall, he appeared slower and stiffer than in previous performances. Although we did see moments where Poirier effectively defended takedowns and clinch attempts, I don't believe these pose a serious threat to Holloway, who fights with high output, constant pressure, and has shown strong resistance to clinch and ground control tactics. If we compare Dustin's performance against Justin Gaethje to Max's outings against the same level of opponents, the contrast is quite stark. Poirier was thoroughly outclassed by Gaethje, while Max put on dominant displays against several elite fighters, including Ilia Topuria, the man who recently dismantled Charles Oliveira in a short amount of time. In the fight against Ilia, Max landed significant strikes, side kicks, elbows, and knees to the body. He looked sharp and efficient. His body attacks in particular would be key in wearing down Dustin Poirier, who has shown vulnerability when targeted consistently to the body in recent fights. I predict that the first 2 rounds will be Poirier's best window of opportunity. He will likely throw dangerous combinations early, but after that I expect Max Holloway to take over. His combinations, shot variety kicks, and knees will continue to pile up as Poirier begins to slow down. Holloway is now dangerous from both orthodox and southpaw stances. He adjusts his rhythm well and controls distance with precision. Unlike Poirier, who relies mainly on boxing and calf kicks, Max brings a much more diverse and unpredictable arsenal to the table. I also believe Max has an edge in volume, speed, and cardio. He's extremely hard to take down and even harder to hold down. Even in their previous fight, which was very close, Max showed that with just a bit more defense and power, he could turn the tables. My conclusion, Max Holloway will win by unanimous decision, with a potential TKO in the 4th or 5th round. This could mark a resurgence for Max. while Poirier, despite still being dangerous, appears to be gradually declining in durability and sharpness. I expect this fight to be thrilling, action-packed, and a worthy main event to close out UFC 318. What do you think? Who will come out on top in this fight? Will Dustin Poirier end his UFC career on a high note, or will Max Holloway extinguish the diamond at the twilight of his career? Let's discuss in the comment section below.